Brothers and sisters in Christ, in this video, I'm going to go over what happened to me. And then that very night, the Lord gave me a powerful dream. Some of you all have already heard it on my video, but I didn't go over the reason that I had this dream. I just gave you the dream, period. This is basically encouragement to you all. The encouragement is to embrace your, or should I say, embrace being a peculiar people unto the Lord. Okay. This peculiar type of people which hold on to the truth is not swayed by falsehood or doctrine or even self-satisfaction, but first fruits unto the Lord, one that had denied themselves and taken up their cross and following after the Lord. This type of peculiar people in these last days are, as you see, and will continue to see for the second coming of Christ, will be or are being segregated, not only by the world which is given, but by those who say that they are of Christ. Okay. Your greatest enemy, when I say enemy, I mean those that dislike you and feel like that they are indifferent towards you, because these are the same that do not know the Jesus Christ of the Holy Bible. Before having this dream, which I'm about to go over with you today, I remember overhearing one of my co-workers that I work with say about me that I was strange. Or I would say these co-workers said I was weird. And I overheard that, and I thought to myself, wow. I mean, it really hit home. It really hit deep when I heard this. I overheard it. They didn't hear me. They didn't see me when I overheard them say this about myself. Yeah, strange, weird. And these were all believers. Okay, these people that said these things were all believers. This lets you know, if you truly walk with the Lord, even those who claim to be of him do not know him. Okay, as Jesus Christ has said himself, he said, I came among my own and they received me. Not only did they not receive him, but they didn't know him. They knew me not. They knew him not. So when I heard that, it hit home. And I remember that night when I went to bed, I cried. I didn't cry for myself, because I knew for a fact, as it is written in scriptures, if I was in my sins, I would get along with these people, because that's the life that I lived before the Lord called me out of my sins. It's the simple fact that it's not me that's weird. It's not me that's strange. It's Christ that's strange. It is Christ that is weird. Because when Christ calls you out, he first tells you, deny yourself. So basically, you lose all your identity of this world. Then he says, take up your cross. Then he says, follow after him. So the two things, deny yourself, and then he says, follow after him. Basically, you are a walking replica, mirror image in and out of Jesus Christ himself. So basically, when they seen weird or strange, so when they said these things and they feel these things, it's because they do not know Jesus Christ. So for me to deny myself, basically you wear the cloak of Christ. You have the Spirit of the Father. So if I'm weird, I'm strange, those that said these things profess themselves to be believers. They do not only know Jesus Christ, they don't know the Father who sent Christ to abide with us, and to abide with us and to live within us. Like I said, that night I cried, and I remember uttering to the Lord as I cried, because it was like those who profess to be His, it's like they've rejected Him in all sense. And I said to the Lord, I said, I will be weird. I will be strange. As I cried in my bed that night, I said, I will be weird and I will be strange for you. And I mean, when I cried, this was a hurt. It was a deep sorrow hurt, not for myself, but for the sake of the Lord. And you can kind of see how He felt and how He was treated when He was here on this earth. Like I say, when He said He came among His own, those who say they are children of God, the children of Abraham, but then they rejected Him because they truly knew not the Father. He was betrayed, hated, spoke evil against, punched, his beard was pierced, flogged, whipped, hung on the cross, betrayed by His very own people. Okay, so that night when I cried and I expressed it to the Lord, I don't even care. I'll be strange for you. Okay, I had a dream, and in this dream, it took me back in ancient times. I was in this dark, I don't know if it was a temple. It was very dark in there, like a gross darkness. I don't know if it was a temple, somewhat court area, but it's like I was in prison, but was taken out of prison to be tried in court. And I remember everything was stripped from me. I had no clothes on. The only thing that I had was some type of bottom wear to cover my private areas. And I remember in this dream I was barefooted. And then there was two individuals behind me, which were like prison guards. Mind you, this was in his dream. It was back in ancient times. And I noticed as well that everything that I had, it was stripped from me because my hair was down. And the thing is, I usually wear my hair up because it always dangles in my face and on my skin. I usually hate it, so I always put it up in a ponytail. And I realized in this dream that it wasn't up, but it was just dangled everywhere. There was nothing to where I could put it up. So basically, I was stripped of everything. The only thing, like I said, I didn't have any shoes. Didn't have on a top. Just had on my bottoms. It was strange to me. But as I was walking, I had this white saucer, teacup saucer in my hand, really small, and it had oil and water in it. For some reason, I was carrying it in my right hand as I was walking. As I said, the prisoners were behind me. We started to go down these steps. So as I started to go down these steps, the oil and the water started leaking from this little teacup saucer that I had. So I noticed that, and I quickly cupped with my left hand underneath the saucer to catch the water and the oil. Still going down the stairs, the prisoners behind me. It was still a bit dark. Then I started noticing people. And to my right, as I was still going down the stairs and walking up a little bit, I noticed what looked like a jury. Okay, a jury of people, which I knew in this dream that they were my accusers, and I seen them to be believers. Okay, that was the jury to be my accusers. But I couldn't make out their faces because it was dim. You knew that there were people there, but I could not make out their faces. As I continued to walk, in front of me was not only just one judge, but it was judges. So I continued to walk up. The prisoner guards are still behind me. And then as I got closer, I stopped. And when I stopped, the water and the oil that leaked from the teacup saucer was emptied in my left hand. And without thinking or anything, I poured the water and the oil over my head as I stood before the judges before anything started. I felt the oil and the water coming down my hair and my face and my chest, all the way down to my feet, to where I started seeing the oil and the water drip down to the floor. And once that happened, my dream ended. I wanted to share the whole dream with you all. This is the same night in which I heard the people that I worked with, which were believers, but they don't know Jesus. They don't know the real Jesus of the Holy Bible. But yeah, the same ones that said you're strange, you're weird. This weird and this strange is this peculiar people in which the Lord describes, not only in the Old Testament but of the New Testament, in which He says He separates us as these type of people, which is strange to the world. But these same people that are strange to the world, you can guarantee it, these are the same people that are being persecuted by the world and will continue to be persecuted by the world for the sake of Jesus Christ, for the sake of the testimony in which they will speak and confess of what Christ had done for us in the gospel, and also those that keep the commandments of God. But yeah, I wanted to go over this dream with you all, my brothers and sisters. Embrace your strangeness in Christ. Embrace your weirdness in Christ. Be forever a peculiar people unto the Lord. As Jesus Christ said, He has called us out of this world. As the Lord said it again, if you were of the world, the people would receive you as their own. But since He called you out of the world, basically, in all, summarize it, you're basically hated all in all, because you don't blend in. Y'all take care.